Plants don't move, so how did they mate with each other? How does one plant over here mate with another plant all the way over here? Let's look at pine trees. Pine trees disperse their pollen out into the wind. However, it is only by chance that their pollen reaches another pine tree of the same species. Next, let's look at angiosperms. Angiosperms are flowering plants that have special reproductive structures that attract pollinators. Why do all these flowers look so different? It is because they all have different pollinators. This is because insects would feed on the pollen of primitive plants. They would disperse pollen from one plant to another. This is a lot more effective than dispersing pollen into the air. So the evolution of flowers began as plants became reliant on insects. The shapes of flowers changed as they built structures to protect themselves from feeding insects. Flowers also became bisexual, so insects could deliver and receive pollen at the same time. Flowers have many modifications that suit their pollinators. Let's look at some examples. Bees see ultraviolet as a color, so usually their flowers are very showy and they're yellow or blue in color. They have these distinct patterns on them called honey guides. They serve as a map to the bees so they know where the nectar is located in the flower. However, bees are not the only pollinators. Fly-pollinated flowers emit a strong odor that smells like dung or decaying flesh. Butterfly-pollinated flowers usually have a landing pad built right onto the structure of the flower. And moth-pollinated flowers are usually pale in color and emit a sweet odor only at nighttime. Birds do not have a strong sense of smell, but they do have a strong sense of sight. So bird-pollinated flowers usually don't have a scent, but they are bright red in color. And my favorite, bat-pollinated flowers. These flowers are usually very large and wide-brimmed and have lots of pollen because bats will dive headfirst right into the flower and cover themselves in pollen. These flowers usually open at night and they have a strong fruity or musty smell. So next time you observe a flower and admire its beauty, also admire its evolutionary history and the processes it took to get to where it is. My name is JC and this has been Animals' Effect on Floral Evolution.